Good morning, this is Kasturi Day. Today I'm going to discuss or rather continue with the discussion of the question answer series of the first chapter of physics according to ICSE syllabus class 8, that is matter. Okay. So yesterday I discussed some objective questions like true and false, choose the correct answer, fill in the blanks and correct the incorrect statements. Now today I'm start with define the following terms. Okay. So first one, the element. What is an element? An element is defined as a substance which cannot be subdivided into two or more simpler substances by any chemical means. Then we come to atom. An atom is defined as the smallest unit of an element which may or may not have an independent existence but always take part in a chemical reaction. Then a molecule, it is defined as the smallest unit of matter which has an independent existence and can retain complete physical and chemical properties of the matter. Next we come to the specific latent heat of fusion, the amount of heat energy which is required to change of ice at 0 degree centigrade into water at 0 degree centigrade, and that is known as the specific latent heat of fusion of ice. Then specific latent heat of vaporization, and that is the amount of heat energy required to change 1 kilogram of water at 100 degree centigrade into steam at 100 degree centigrade, that is known as specific latent heat of vaporization of steam. Then fusion, the process due to which a solid changes into a liquid state at some fixed temperature by the absorption of heat energy or by heating, that is known as melting or fusion. Then fusion point, the fixed temperature at which a solid changes into its liquid state due to the process of fusion, that is known as fusion point. Now, solidification, the process due to which a liquid changes into a solid state at some fixed temperature with the release of heat energy or by cooling or on cooling, that is known as solidification. Solidification point is the fixed temperature at which a liquid changes into solid state due to the process of freezing or solidification, that is known as freezing point or solidification point. Next, we come to vaporization, the process due to which a liquid changes into its gaseous state at some fixed temperature with the absorption of heat energy or by heating. That is known as vaporization or boiling. Boiling point, the fixed temperature at which a liquid state changes into gaseous state due to the process of vaporization, and that is known as boiling point or vaporization point. Then we come to liquefaction, the process due to which a gas changes into liquid state at some fixed temperature with the release of heat energy or by cooling, and that is known as liquefaction or condensation. Then liquefaction point, the fixed temperature at which a gaseous state of matter changes into liquid state due to the process of condensation, and that is known as liquefaction point. Deposition, it is the process in which a gas on cooling transforms directly into a solid. Evaporation, it's the change of the liquid state into its vapor state or gaseous state at any temperature which is below its boiling point. Okay. Next, we come to some short and long questions. State 5 important assumptions of kinetic theory of matter. Okay. So first one, this is molecules are in a state of continuous motion and due to this they possess kinetic energy. Second, the kinetic energy of the molecules increases with the increase in temperature and decreases with the decrease in temperature. Okay, so kinetic energy is directly proportional to temperature. Then the molecules always attract each other. The force of attraction between similar kinds of molecules is known as force of cohesion, whereas the force of attraction between the different kinds of molecules is known as force of addition. Then the empty space between the molecules is called the intermolecular spaces, whereas the force of attraction between the molecules, that is the cohesive or adhesive force, is called the intermolecular force of attraction. So these are the 5 assumptions of the kinetic theory. Then explain the following on the basis of kinetic theory of matter. Solids have a definite volume and a definite shape. In solids, the molecules are very tiny, very tightly packed. Okay, we know that the molecules in solids are very tightly packed, and so their intermolecular spaces are very small or limited, and the intermolecular force of attraction is very strong. Okay, so what happens because of this fixed position? So the molecules of the solid, they have a fixed position, almost a fixed position. They even if they vibrate in their mean position, around their mean position. So because of this solid fixed position, the solids have a definite shape and a definite volume. Then liquids have a definite volume but no definite shape. Why? Because in liquids the molecules are less tightly packed than the solids, and their intermolecular spaces are a little larger than the solids, and so the molecules attract each other with a lesser force. Therefore their force of attraction is less, so as compared to the solids. So what happens? Because of this less force of attraction, and the molecules do not stay at one place, instead they interchange their positions, and as the positions of the molecules, as their positions easily changes, so they take the shape of the container. But as the number of molecules in a given liquid remain the same, so they have a definite volume. Okay, then we come to the third one, that is gases have no definite volume, no definite shape, and no definite shape. Why? Because in gases the molecules are so much far apart that they hardly attract each other. That is, their intermolecular spaces are very large and the intermolecular force of attraction is very weak. Okay, so the molecules move independently, and so gases have neither definite shape nor definite volume. So they fill up the entire space in which they are enclosed. Then what do we understand by the term surface tension? Surface tension is a phenomena due to which exposed or the top surface of the liquid contained in a vessel behaves like a stretched membrane. Okay, this phenomena is mainly caused due to the unbalanced cohesive force acting near the top of the surface of the liquid. Okay, now name the force responsible for the surface tension in liquid, that is the unbalanced cohesive force. Next, we come to explain the following again. A very small amount of mercury on placing over a clean glass plate forms a tiny spherical ball. Why it is so? Because a very small amount of mercury on placing over a clean glass plate, they forms what happens in this case, as a molecule of a mercury shall be pulled by the neighboring molecules equally. Okay, so the molecule of mercury, when the small amount of mercury is placed on a plate, what happens? It contains a lot of mercury molecules. Now the one single molecule of mercury pulls all the neighboring molecules of mercury towards itself, okay, equally. And so what happens? Therefore no unbalanced attractive force will act on it. Okay, and they move it in some particular direction. Okay, and no unbalanced attractive force is acting on it, and no, it is not moving that particles moving that particle in a particular direction. Okay, so like that, most of the molecules of mercury within its main mass will experience any unbalanced force, but the molecules near the edges of the molecule will be pulled inward, edges of the mass of the mercury, that is the what a drop of mercury what we have placed on that. Okay, a small amount of mercury which is placed on the plate, so the edges of the molecules, they will be pulled inward because of the unbalanced force of cohesion acting on them. Okay, now, so what happens? But these molecules will not move inward as their movement shall be opposed by the inner molecules. Inner molecules will be opposing this inward movement, okay, which will result in a tension and in the molecules near the surface. And therefore, what happens? The surface molecules realign themselves in such a way that no unbalanced force act on them. Okay, that means inward force minus the outward force. The inward, the molecules are pulling it inside towards the center, and the center molecules, they are also opposing that force. So there will be net what will be there will be no unbalanced force acting on them. So in doing so, the liquid takes a spherical shape. Okay, in doing this way, that is opposing and creating a force, so the net force is 0. So what happens in doing so, the liquid takes a spherical shape. Okay, next is a very small amount of water on placing over a clean glass plate forms an oval shaped drop, because the force of cohesion between the molecules of water, that is same force acting between the the force acting between the same type of molecules, that is the water molecules here, that is the force of cohesion, is far less than the force of addition. That is, addition is between the, here in this case is between the molecules of water and the plate, glass plate molecules. So this force is more, that is force of addition is more than the force of cohesion, so between these molecules, and therefore it makes a oval shaped drop. Now name the kind of meniscus which is formed in the case of water and case of mercury. In case of water it is concave, and in case of mercury it is convex. Okay. So I'll stop here. I'll continue with the rest of the question answers in my next video. Please go through this. If you have any doubt, please to write in the comment box. And for your reference, please to refer to the text videos. And if you have any doubt, please to write in the comment box. If you like the video, I think you are liking the videos. If you like it, press the like button and share with your friends and colleagues, so they can also be benefited from this, okay, these videos. And if you are a new viewer to my channel or not subscribed yet, please do subscribe to get the notification of my next video. Thank you.